As I mentioned, the maiden speech is still rolling out from the new MPs. And yesterday afternoon in the House, a young woman called Hana Rafiti Maipi Clark had her maiden speech, and as with all the Maori Party, Te Pāti Maori MPs, there was a fair bit of theatre about it. Here's a taste of that theatre.
Tēnā rā koe e te pika, tēnā rā tātou e te whare. Ka ngau ki mō kau, ka ngau ki tamaki, ka ru te whenua, ka mate te marama, ka taka ngā whetū i te rangi, ka ara wai kato i te rua, au e ha,
And that went on for a while. She was jumping around like an All Black, to be honest, before a test match. And then she gave a speech. And unlike James Meager's speech, which was about his faults, the reality of living in a multicultural New Zealand, struggling with his relationships with his parents and everything else, Maipi Clark, according to all the mainstream media coverage, she painted a picture of an idyllic pre-colonial life that she was living, basically in her flax skirt, tending the kumara on the marae. And then the white man turned up. And I'll just read some quotes. I was perfectly fine growing my kumara and learning marama mataka, but the house kept tampering, that's Parliament, with the things they shouldn't be touching. And that's when I left the Mara to come here. Okay, so I don't know what the Parliament was doing. The problem I have with Maipi Clark is, of course, she and her party painted a picture of her home being ram-raided and her being harassed by white supremacist racists in Huntly. Probably what got her over the line and allowed her to beat that publicity, which allowed her to beat the incumbent, who was Nanaya Mahuta. Probably not a bad thing. Of course, it then came out that she just felt like she'd been ram-raided and home invaded. And the guy who was supposedly the master criminal, the Nazi of Huntly, he was a guy who TV3 found by simply going to the bowling club where he was bowling, and he only went round to her house to say how good he thought she was at a political meeting. So that's why I find problems having Hana Rafiti Maipi Clark and the claim she makes. I have problems with her credibility. She's navigating Parliament, she says, like her ancestors once did, who navigated the biggest ocean in the world. And she said before she was elected, she was told never to take anything personally in Parliament or otherwise it will eat you up. That is strange symbolism, isn't it, for a Maori to use? It'll eat you up. If only in a couple of weeks and only in 14 days the government has attacked. And this, I think we've got to put in the context of the home invasion that never happened. In only a couple of weeks, in only 14 days, this government has attacked my whole world from every corner. My whole world from every corner. She's pulling down about 160k a year, by the way. Wonder if she feels that's her whole world being attacked from every corner. She says the Taiao water, natural resources, Maori wards, tamariki, and the rights of me and you to be in this country under the treaty. How can I not take anything personally when it feels like these policies were made about me? Bit narcissistic, really. I am not fearful of this place or this debating chamber. Trust me, I've been to marae AGMs all my life. They then talked about the struggles faced by her grandparents and her ancestors. Fair enough. I'm at your service, and outside of Parliament, I will die for you in these chambers, but I will live for you outside these four walls. Wow. Well, so as I said, I don't think that was worth playing again, her speech, worth repeating. But she's attacked from all corners. What terrible, terrible racist, white supremacist people all the rest of us are if you're not in the Māori Party. So I just thought I'd highlight that speech, and of course it got lots of coverage.